안녕하세요. 산업연구원 대외협력실장 황경인입니다. 산업연구원은 개원 50주년을 맞아 급변하는 산업환경과 주요 이슈들에 대해 세계 석학들의 통찰을 들어보기 위해 해외석학과의 대담 시리즈를 준비했습니다. 오늘은 ITIF의 랍 애킨슨 회장님과 이야기를 나눠보려고 합니다. 랍 애킨슨 회장님은 과학기술정책 분야에서 세계 최고의 싱크탱크로 인정받는 정보기술혁신재단 ITIF의 설립자이자 회장이시고 미국 브루킹스 연구소의 수석 연구원으로도 활동하고 계십니다. 애킨슨 회장님은 현재 캐나다 과학원 산하 과학기술혁신위원회 위원으로도 활동하고 있습니다. 과거에는 로드아일랜드 경제정책위원회의 초대 사무국장을 역임했습니다. 이번 기구를 통해 중국을 이 국가가 주도하는 승자 독식형 전략, 그러니까 winner takes all 전략을 추구하는 국가로 규정하셨는데요. 중국의 이러한 전략이 한국 경제에 어떤 실존적인 위협이 될 수 있다, 이렇게 주장하셨습니다. 이런 상황이 어떤 과정을 통해 형성되었는지 조금 더 자세하게 설명해 주실 수 있을까요?
Just like Korea in the 70s and 80s and Japan in the 50s and Taiwan in the 80s and 70s, they wanted to move up the value chain. They wanted to drive their economy through export-led growth. And they were able to do that in a very effective way, frankly, more effective than the Asian tigers, because they had two advantages. One was they had a giant market. Korea's market was never that big. You couldn't sort of force or encourage foreign companies to come in and give you technology. The Chinese had that leverage and they used it extensively. So if you wanted access to Chinese market, you had to go in, you had to share your technology. That gave them a big leg up. Secondly, they didn't and don't face any democratic pressure, so they can extort a lot of money from the proletariat and pour it into their competitors. And the third factor is they didn't really have the rule of law like Korea did, and so they were able to just cheat extensively. I mean, Korea got most of its technology, if not all of it, legitimately. Now, the question is, why is it a threat to Korea per se? It's because they are going after the same industries that Korea is strong in, shipbuilding, consumer electronics, semiconductors, machinery, industrial machinery and the like. It just happens that they're super strong and what they're strong in matches quite closely with what Korea has been focused on.
한국의 경제 성장이 이 과거에 비해 정체되고 있는 원인 중 하나로 서비스업의 생산성 부진을 지적하셨습니다. 그리고 한국이 어떤 국가 주도로 생산성 혁신 전략을 새롭게 수립해야 한다고 주장하시면서 특히 이 ITIF가 미국을 위해 제시했던 생산성 혁신 전략을 참고할 필요가 있다, 이렇게 말씀하셨는데요. ITIF가 제시했던 그 혁신 전략의 핵심 내용과 시사점에 대해서 간단하게 설명해 주실 수 있으실까요?
Besides just managing the business cycle, making sure that you don't have a recession, there's three main economic goals for a country, I would argue. One is competitiveness. We just talked about that. You have to have strong, high value added sectors that can compete in global markets, so that with your currency not being totally degraded as a way to compete. All right, so Korea is working on that. The second is innovation. Just more innovation is better, fine. But the third, and this is oftentimes confused with competitiveness, is just productivity. And so it's that point, I think, that's really underappreciated. Almost every country, certainly Korea, in my opinion. And that, in my view, productivity doesn't just sort of magically appear. It requires policies that are oriented and aligned to maximizing it. And that's why we, in 2018, wrote a report called Think Like an Enterprise, National Productivity Strategies, something like that. So what that entails, I think, in Korea would be really, at the end of the day, looking at particular sectors, a wide variety of sectors, and say, how are they doing? Are they using best-in-class technology? Are they organized in a way that can maximize output per hour of labor work. And in some ways, Korea is not organized that way. I mean, if you look at Korean productivity growth relative to US productivity growth, it was closing the gap really well for 40 years. And now it's not anymore. It's not closing the gap with America. And it's going to have the highest rate of old people, retirees in the world soon. It has a demographic problem. There's only one way to fix that problem unless you want to basically take the money from workers and give it to old people. And that's raise productivity.
한국 경제사회의 혁신 관련해서 사회 전반에 걸친 이 과도한 사교육 열풍을 문제점으로 지적하셨습니다. 현재의 어떤 이 학벌 중심 체제를 완화하고 보다 유연하고 자율적인 학습 환경을 만드는 게 한국의 혁신을 촉진하는 데 어떻게 기여할 수 있다고 보시나요?
So there's a very good economist at Cornell, Robert Frank, and he talks about both in evolution but also in society where you end up sort of raising the bar all the time. He's a great example. He says, if one person sends their kid to that special weekend thing and then they get into college and the other kid doesn't, well, no, I'm going to send my kid to that weekend camp. And you just have this ratcheting up. Now, you could argue, well, that's good for Korea because kids learn more. But, my sense is there's diminishing returns. And in fact, they're probably negative returns. But it's basically arguing this point for Korea. They need to figure out ways to become a leader in innovation. And I think fundamentally that also requires a change in sort of how people behave, how people act, how people think. And that goes back to the school system. So a school system that really allows kids to, I'll give you an example. My son is getting his PhD in machine learning now, AI. Now, when he was in high school, he had enough free time. This is my son. He spent a lot of time reading about encryption theory and writing code in maybe Python or whatever. He had enough free time that was his passion, that was his hobby, and it really served him well. So I do think that's useful. Allow kids to kind of figure out what am I passionate about? What do I really want to contribute to Korean society as well as my own?
한국 사회 전반에 창업에 대한 두려움과 어떤 기피 성향이 좀 있는 것 같습니다. 특히 이 청년층 창업이 감소세를 보이고 있고 한 여론조사 결과에 따르면 실패에 대한 두려움이 창업의 가장 큰 장애 요인으로 그렇게 제시되기도 했습니다. 이러한 문제를 해소하기 위해서 어떤 정책 수단을 고려할 필요가 있을까요?
I was in Korea a few years ago and I spoke to a group of CEOs or CTOs, I guess, and we talked about this and I mentioned that my son at the time was getting his bachelor's degree in computer science and he hoped to work in Silicon Valley for a startup, which he did. And I was asked a question by one of this corporate CTOs, well, how would you feel if your son failed? And I'm like, fine. The question, well, what if his company fails? And I'm like, no problem. He would have learned a lot. And that would have put him in a good position to go to another company, another startup or something else. And I said, how would you feel if your son or daughter did that? And he goes, no, off the ladder. So there's this ladder and you get on the first rung. And if you fall off the rung, you work at a small restaurant for the rest of your life. So I think to the extent that there's some truth to that really at the end of the day, I think is incumbent upon both the government and large corporations to say, you know what, we're going to hire people who have had experience and failed. We're not going to hold it against you. In fact, we're going to actually look at it as a plus. Oh, you tried something, you took a risk. We think that's something that's, really praiseworthy. The other thing, in the US, for example, 30, 40 years ago, we had 3 or 4 entrepreneurship programs in our business schools. Now we have pretty much every single business school in every state has its own dedicated entrepreneurship program because they know the students are interested in that. Even if they don't want to be an entrepreneur, they should at least take a course in it so they understand it. So again, you could do things like that.
지금까지 랍 애킨슨 회장님과 말씀 나눠보았습니다. 산업연구원 50주년 특별기획 해외석학과의 대담 시리즈는 앞으로도 계속 진행될 예정입니다. 많은 관심과 시청 부탁드립니다. 감사합니다.